One nice way that we can utilize these special products patterns that we just learned, which are the two, the square of a binomial and the sum and difference pattern, is we can put it to use to do some mental multiplications for us. So there's going to be problems in this section where I ask you to show how you can mentally calculate 29 times 31 using a special binomial product. A lot of times what students want to do is just give me the answer. Well, anybody can type that in a calculator and give me the answer. I want to see how you do this in your head. And this is manageable in your head, but you have to break it down so that I can see what the steps are that take place in your mind to do this using those special binomial products. The thing that you need to notice about these first two being multiplied, this 29 and 31, is they're both awfully darn close to 30. In fact, the way that they are related to 30 is they are both one away from 30. This is one less than 30, this is one more than 30. So, since this is one less than 30, I can write that as 30 minus 1. And since this one is one more than 30, I can write that as 30 plus 1. Now notice, this is 29 times 31, which is what the problem is. And you can do this in your head if you realize this is a sum and difference pattern. So, remember, we don't have to multiply the outers and inners. So let's multiply our firsts. That'll get us 900. 30 times 30 is 900. Let's multiply our lasts. 1 times 1 is 1, and we're going to subtract. And you can do 900 minus 1, and you'll get 899. 29 times 31 is 899. If you have any doubts about it, you can check it with a calculator. So if I ask you to show how do you mentally calculate the product of 29 and 31, this isn't the answer. All of this is the answer. That's what I need to see from you. So let's take a look at the next one. The next one is 42 times 38. You have to notice that both of those numbers are awfully darn close to 40. Now, since they're awfully darn close to 40, the next thing we have to notice is each one is 2 away from 30. Both are 2 away from 40. This step isn't necessary for you to write, but you have to recognize that. So we're going to set up that 42 as 40 plus 2. We're going to set up that 38 as 40 minus 2. Now let's multiply this like we do with the sum and difference pattern for binomials. First times first is going to be 1,600. 40 times 40 is 1,600. Last times last, 2 times 2 is 4. We're going to subtract them. And you can subtract those with just a little bit of an inconvenience to get 1596. This again is how you show how to mentally calculate that product. Now we have one more example, 25 times 15. 25 times 15. So when we multiply these two, we have to realize they're both the same amount away from a certain number. They're both 5 away from 20. This one is 5 more than 20. So that's 25, and this one's 5 less than 20. So 5 less than 20 is right there. Let's do this. First times first, 20 times 20, 400. Last times last, 25, and it's subtracted. The answer, 400 minus 25, 375, and we're done. The idea would be that you could do this in your head. That's ultimately up to you if you want to start using this tactic. In reality, in a math class, since I'm checking to see if you understand the process, I never really know if you can do it in your head. because I check what you put on paper. I don't check what goes on in your head. So I need to see this, not just the answer. I hope that's quite clear to you.